Hello, welcome to News Direct 411. One of Nigeria's foremost female musicians, Tiwa Savage, has cleared the air over the allegation leveled against her by her husband as she grants this day editor an interview to clear the air over the accusation. Listen to the interview obtained from this script.
The honest truth is when I was in my bedroom when my friend walked into the room, a couple of other people, and woke me up and basically just started narrating what had happened. So when someone wakes you up from sleep, the honest truth, my first thought was I thought maybe they found him dead.
Wow, so you think so?
And then when they said they didn't know where he was, my thought was, and everybody's thought was, we need to find him.
That's pretty good.
We need to find him. We need to make sure he's alive and he's well. So my initial thought was not, I didn't even know what he had said. It was just, let's find him. Let's make sure he's okay and he's alive. So I couldn't respond to anything because I didn't even know the extent of what he had said till much later, because a lot of people, someone actually took my phone away from me. They didn't want me to see what was said online, and I was just scared for his life.
Wow, sorry for that.
So at what point did you find out that you were to buy for your wedding?
They read meaning into what I post. But if I don't post it, it means we've broken up or there's problem in our relationship. So when I knew the anniversary was coming and I knew I was either going to have to post happy anniversary or not post. The honest truth is for the past 2 months, TJ and I have not been together. And it was something that we were trying to work through. But for me, I knew that this marriage wasn't going to work. And it's been like that for the past
So you knew from the onset?
I didn't know if I should post and keep up appearances, and I didn't know if I should not post and face reality.
So, did he try to contact you yesterday and, maybe via phone call or to see if it means anniversary, and even if you guys are not going to be together again?
I hadn't spoken to TJ since about a week now. He had left the house and
Wow, really?
we were supposed to get some documents for my son. So,
What kind of documents?
I was supposed to get his passport. And I was calling him because he had booked the application online for him. And so I was calling him on Sunday night, like, the interview's on Monday. What time is it? Do you have all the documents? And he was reading the messages, but he wasn't responding. I remember I sent a message and I said, TJ, please, let's at least be friends and good parents to Jamil. And whatever is happening between the two of us, please, let's do this for Jamil. We need to go to the embassy. And he didn't respond, and I left it. I said, I know one day we will apply for his passport.
So you said for one weekend I was spoken. At what point did you also realize that you need to run your life? And what are the things that made you make your mind that you have to move on your life down today?
I've covered up for a lot of hurt in our relationship.
Wow, sorry for that.
I was in Jamaica recently, and just before I went to Jamaica, I found that I was pregnant again, and we both discussed it, and we were just trying to find out how we were going to manage the situation. Another baby so soon. So I went to London and I got on a 10-hour flight to Jamaica to shoot a video with Busy Signal. The morning they were supposed to shoot the video, I was doing my makeup, I was ready to go on set. I started bleeding uncontrollably.
Wow, sorry for that.
So I started panicking. I called TJ. I took pictures and sent it to him. Then I kind of passed out. And they rushed me to the hospital. I had complications. At one point I was trying to reach him and I couldn't get through to him. So Thompson, who was with me, just had to help me sign all the documents. I got discharged from the hospital. I was trying to call TJ to let him know what happened. He didn't call to see how it was, what happened. Everything happened. I got back to Nigeria, and while I was sleeping, his phone was going off, and it was in the middle of the night, and I kept on seeing, he saved the numbers, edible catering or something like that. To me, that didn't make sense. Why is a catering company calling somebody at 2 a.m. in the morning? And yes, as a woman, I picked up his phone, and I went through his phone, and I got into his WhatsApp, and there's a long conversation with this same edible number, saying, can we meet at the hotel tonight? Do you live alone? Is it okay if I come by? Then the last message that I saw between them was she saying, I had to leave at 7 a.m. this morning. You were sleeping when I left. And he now responded, wow, yeah, because you knocked me out last night. It was a great night. So obviously I wake him up and I'm like, what's going on? And he said to me, it's not what I think. I said, well, did this all happen in our bed? He said, no, it was in a hotel. So I said, you took another woman to a hotel room? He said, yeah, but nothing happened. That they were just chilling in the hotel till 7 in the morning, just you and another woman. And he wanted me to believe that. The thing that hurt me the most was this happened the period I was in Jamaica and I was in the hospital. And I sent TJ pictures, which I have. Sent TJ pictures, and he was busy in a hotel with another woman.
Wow.
While I was in a hospital.
The guy is having fun of his life.
And you couldn't even be bothered to find out how I was. These are the pictures I sent of what happened.
Wow.
Blood everywhere. Me in the
Wow.
hospital. And he didn't respond. At this point, I packed my stuff. I got my son. I went to my friend's house. Her name is Tiwa as well. I went to her house. I stayed the night there. And she asked me one question. She said, what's the next step? And I said to her, Tiwa, I'm done. I am done.
Obviously, you've been doing some stuff for now.
I don't think we have enough time to cover. I don't which one to say first. I don't know.
You can say anything.
I don't know where to start. I don't know. I've covered up for so long. Because I wanted people to believe the story of TJ is the one that takes care of me. TJ is the head of the house. TJ is a loving husband. TJ is the one that made me, took me from nothing to something. I wanted people to believe that. I wanted him to feel like a man. I covered up so many times.
Wow.
Since my son has been born, TJ has not spent 1 naira.
Are you serious?
Hospital bills.
I
Yes.
paid for hospital bills. I paid for his flight to come to London. I paid for the apartment, the hotel, the short stay we stayed in for 2 months. The groceries we did. The clothes. The pushchair, the nursery. Everything. Even while we were in London, we went shopping for him, TJ. Not just my son, for TJ. So that when we come back to Nigeria, he'll have new things. Paid for everything. And his excuse sometimes is, I don't have money, I don't have money, I don't have money. And I try to pay for everything so that, not that I try to, I have to pay for everything. Otherwise, where will we be? So that he can go out and hustle or focus on the contract he's looking for or the business he's looking for. And he will tell me he doesn't have money to buy diapers or anything, but he has money to get haircuts twice a week. He has money to do laundry. He has money to take women to hotel rooms. Because you're not going to sit here and tell me that it's the woman that's paying the hotel bill or the food that you guys are eating in the hotel.
But you know there's this way that once a woman is more successful than a man, she disrespects him. But he also said you never asked him one day if he had
yes.
and you don't cook for him. Maybe because we don't live with you guys in your home. He said you never asked him one day if he has eaten.
Yeah.
And for the past 2 years you have not cooked for him. So is it possible that you could be doing everything for him, but you still respect him as a husband?
Exactly.
That's a lie.
Can you prove that?
I'm not going to sit here and lie and say every time I come home I cook. And I'm not going to make excuses and say because of my career I'm too busy to cook. I'm the same person that works and puts the money in the house. I'm the same person that works long hours to make sure we have a roof over our head. I come home late, sometimes very tired, sometimes I'm out of the country. There's not one time that if I come downstairs and I make something that I don't make for TJ. There's never a time. And because I know what my schedule is, I had to hire a cook. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. To hire somebody to be cooking in the house. For him and myself. And the other people that live in the house. He said, I don't ask him if he's hungry, which is a lie. But even if it's true, the things he puts me through will not even encourage me to want to ask, my husband, have you eaten? When you come home, you go out, and you come home at 7 in the morning, the next morning. Sometimes 2 p.m. the next morning. Am I going to cook for someone that's not in the house? You come back drunk. You come back angry. You come back, we're living on eggshells. We never know what mood he's in. And that's the person I'm going to be saying, oh, my husband hasn't eaten. should go down. You come back at 7 a.m. in the morning, so I should wake up and go downstairs and make breakfast when I don't know where you've been. Sometimes TJ will go out and he will not call, he will not tell me. I'll wake up the next morning at 8 a.m. and realize that he hasn't been in the house. At that point, I'm not even angry that maybe he's with another woman. At that point, I'm even just scared for his safety. Is he alive? I'll be calling his phone frantically. Not because I want to find out that he's been with another woman, but because I want to even just make sure that you didn't go and drink and drive and then get into an accident. So I'll just be praying that, okay, I'm even praying that let him even be with another woman, so at least I know that he's alive, that he didn't get into an accident. So is that the person I'm going to be asking, have you eaten? When you come in at that time of the morning.
When you sacked him as a manager, what was this argument after you sacked him as a manager?
Exactly. Why did you sack him?
Discredit or take away that TJ hustled for me. I'll never deny that he worked hard for me or that he believed in me. But what I will say is, at one point I had to say, when we will go for, he was my manager, he was booking events, and he would book shows. The first time I realized that there was some kind of foul play was he booked me for a wedding in London, and I kept on, company policy is that you don't go to the event until they pay you full. So as normal, I was like, okay, is this event still happening? He said, yeah, I'm in London already, and I'm calling the accountant that, okay, can you confirm payment has gone, everything is cool for me to perform? She said, they still haven't paid you. So I called TJ and I said, TJ, these people haven't paid. And TJ's like, no, just go, just perform, don't worry, everything is fine, just go and go. So I said, but TJ, you know this is not right, we don't normally do this. He said, don't worry. Fortunately for me, I know the guy that was one of the people organizing the wedding. So I pulled him aside and I said, sorry, boss, I know you're not like this. Like, what's going on with payments? It's not fair. I'm already here. It's an hour to the reception. I'm supposed to perform. And he told me, what are you talking about? We've paid for about 4 months ago. And I was like, no, my accountant said there's no payment. So we started tracing, and I said, okay, please, can you send me the account you paid into? And he said they paid X amount of money into such and such account, which was TJ's personal account, not company account. The other thing was TJ declared that the show was for, I'll give an example, the show was for 3 million, but they really paid 4.5.
Wow.
So he declared 3 million and he obviously pocketed the other 4.5. He didn't tell me. And then out of the 3 million, he's still receiving his management fee of 40%, which is, I don't know.
Wow, huge amount of money.
I used to pay, me and him used to split 40. In fact, it was higher at one point, and from people starting advising me that you cannot be sharing 50-50, that I reduced my share of it and said, look, it has to be 64, but even that 60-40 is high for management. So what you did in that instance is you took money already, and then you now even collected your percentage, and you didn't feel anything. You're stealing from your wife. You're stealing from, and he didn't see it as him stealing. You're stealing from me. And so I had to perform at the wedding for free because he had already squandered the money. I don't know what he did with it.
said that your mom, he accused your mom of doing the witchcraft.
Yes, exactly.
He actually said your mom wanted to turn it the way he turned your dad.
That your mom bewitched him.
Practically embarrassed him.
Yes.
So, does the mom live with you in the house, or she just came for a visit?
No, my mom is based in the UK, and sorry, when I had Jamil, she moved back to Nigeria with us, and again, like if anybody has ever met my mother, she's not like that. She's a sweet lady. In fact, she's very British, so she's not hung up on traditions and cultures sometimes. You know, she doesn't judge. She's not saying because this is my daughter and you're treating her this way, I'm going to judge you. In fact, a lot of times, my mom would say to me, Tiwa, you're the wife. Be patient. Don't shout. Don't curse. You just have to stomach a lot of things. The woman is the one that builds the home. You know, all these things she used to. And TJ would go and tell my mom, you know, whenever we have issues, because my mom would always calm him down. And she's been nothing but a great support for me.
So there's no time your mother, did you have the quarrel or anything?
I mean, I'd love for him to maybe tell me, maybe there's something I don't know. I'd love for him to tell me if there's something that my mother has done. I have no idea.
He also said, one of the things that triggered everybody's social media when he accused you of, I don't know if I should use the word, the F word that you were sleeping Jazzy, Dr Sid, Tuface. What's the relationship with them?
Yes, clarify that.
For the record,
Clear the record.
I have never
Wow.
cheated on my husband. Never. Not with Don Jazzy, not with Dr. Sid, not with Tuface, not with anybody. And I'm willing to take a lie detector test for that. I have never cheated on my husband. And Tunji knows this. He knows that in his heart.
Sorry, Tiwa.
Sometimes, like, when we're in the studio, one of the things that, like, some Jazzy and some of my other ladies,
It's okay. Take it easy.
some of the things they say is that I'm very good at interviews. I'm very good with being diplomatic and knowing how to carry myself in difficult situations.
Take it easy.
This hurts. I'm not going to lie and tell you I haven't seen comments or seen what people are saying about me. It's not true.
Take it easy.
From what I can deduce from the whole drama, obviously, TJ's elder has to do with finance. Could it be that, I don't know, your wife, could it be that because his incapabilities to provide for you, maybe he feels that you are the one, maybe he wishes that he was in your shoes. since you're the breadwinner of the family, or is there more to it that we don't know? Because when we don't know to affect his society, I mean, if it's just a normal marital
exactly.
problem.
Clarify that.
Not just for any man, any human being. That when your finances are not straight, you'll be depressed, they'll bother you. So, I know that for a while, since he stopped working as my manager, he'd been struggling financially. But that wasn't my fault. I loved when we were working together. Everybody loved us as TJ and Tiwa. But you messed up. You started stealing from me. You started being fraudulent. And so I had no choice. I wanted to save my marriage. So I had no choice but to separate business from marriage. To say, okay, we can't work together. But so let's not work together. Let's save the marriage. But TJ loves to keep up with the Joneses. He wants to live a life that is not true. So you don't have
How do you mean by that?
steady income coming in right now, but you want to live larger than life. He went to buy a car that's a Mercedes that he knew he didn't have enough money to pay for. No, he saved up and he paid part of it. And so the person who he had owed the balance to kept on calling and calling that he wanted balance. I ended up paying the balance for TJ, which was
How much?
about 3 point something. And he says I took away his manhood, but you're running debt up and down. And because I want to cover your share, so what do you think he's trying to tell us to go his manhood? Like, I'm not allowing him to be a man. He doesn't want people to really know that I'm the breadwinner. I'm the one that makes the money. I'm the one that funds everything. And so I get that. And I, as a woman, I don't want people to look down on my man. I want to pretend and lie that, oh, he's the one paying for this, he's the one buying me all these, fancy things and stuff. I want to look like that. I want to feel like, I'm the little queen and my husband is, taking care of me. And so, when it was time to pay, I put the money in his account so that he can pay the person he owes, so that they won't know it's really coming from me. He also went out to buy a Rolex watch, and he didn't end up he couldn't finish paying the balance. And so they called me as well. And also because I'm always scared that I don't want it to get out in the press, because a lot of people use that to threaten me sometimes, that if your husband doesn't pay, we're going to go to press. Why are they going to press? Because they know my name, Tiwa Savage's husband. And all the time, because I'm always trying to avoid this, I'll find a way to find money to put in his account so that he can pay and pay off the debt. You're putting us in debt all the time. You're going out to clubs, carrying women to clubs, spending money on drinks, then you leave the tab, you don't pay it, the club owner will call me, and I'll end up going to pay.
Wow.
Sending my assistant to pay or putting the money into your account so you can pay off. All the time. I'm the one working, getting money. And you're not even helping me to manage the small money that we're getting. You're putting us in debt for things that I'm not enjoying. And the last thing that happened that I think really triggered this whole thing was that he went to borrow money from someone for 45 million. 45 million naira. And he's lost it.
Did he invest in the business now?
I just found out. I have no idea. I just got a call. I was in the studio, I was recording. I got a call that EFCC have a petition or they're investigating a case. My brother called me from London. He said, please, what's TJ's account name? I said, Ibrahim Balogun. He sent me an account number. I said, is this his account? I confirmed that. I said, yes. He said, he got on the phone. I left the studio. He said, TJ is in big trouble. He said, he's in deep trouble. Some people might hurt him. I said, why? What's going on? He said, I need to be careful as well. Because we all know in situations when someone owes money and that person goes in hiding, who do they come after? They come after his family. They might kidnap his family, me or his son.
Wow.
And say until he pays the money, they will not release us. So in my frantic, and this is the period where we're not together, in my frantic mode to try and suppress this situation, I went to one of my big bros who I know can help. And even he said, where will you find 45 million to bail TJ? Where will I find 45 million to bail him out now? 45 million that you do not tell me you went to borrow. That you do not spend on me, that you do not spend on your son.
Wow,
a week
really?
ago, I told TJ that we're running out of milk, Jamel's food. And he didn't do nothing. And you borrowed 45 million. And you complain to everybody that can listen to you that you don't have money, but you cut your hair twice a week. You dry clean your clothes. You ask him what he did with the money, maybe he... I haven't spoken to him since. All I've been trying to do is try and help him, try and find something.
But you should have found out.
So that they don't kill him. Or so that EFCC don't carry him. Or this news does not come out. What did you do with 45 million? Where do I want to find it? Or should we talk about the fact that I walked in on him taking cocaine in my house? When was that? We were still living in 1004 then, so I believe about just after we got married. I didn't even know he takes cocaine. I was upstairs recording with Billz. I noticed he was downstairs for a long time. I even came downstairs thinking maybe he was warming food or something. I walked into the kitchen, his back was turned, so I literally was standing there and I saw him. Yeah. So I screamed, TJ! He turned around, quickly the paper, put it in his pocket, but he still had white powder in his lips.
Wow.
I screamed, is that cocaine?
But you should have reported him.
He started screaming at me, what am I doing down here? What am I talking about? What cocaine? Am I crazy? Where's the cocaine? Where's the cocaine? I'll come again. So the first thing I did was call his parents down. I'm like, your son, weed, I can even say I can manage. Alcohol, but cocaine. How does someone that claims he doesn't have money take cocaine? Cocaine, from what I understand, is for rich people, no? For makeup things, so. So I'm dealing with your alcohol problems because he admits he has that. I'm dealing with the fact that you come home late most nights. I'm dealing with infidelity. I'm dealing with cocaine. I'm dealing with bad debt. I'm dealing with a husband who is jealous of his wife's success.
Sorry, I was going to ask you, before you guys decided to work on the eye, did you know, like, we didn't know signs that, signs were just probably because we loved him so much, or we just feel that
Yes.
you want to get married?
Didn't you really sit down and think of what to do?
I didn't know about the cocaine.
Okay.
I didn't know about the other child.
Damn, you didn't find out.
He tells everybody else to lie and tell you I didn't see signs. I mean, even a lot of people warned me about the type of person TJ is. I mean to say I made a mistake. I'm not ashamed to say it at this point. And everybody since at the beginning, everyone says you can't walk out of a marriage, our culture frowns on it, you have to stay in it, you have to make it work. Okay, I made a mistake. Do I want to wait 10 years? Do I want to wait 15 years? If you're not happy, you can leave. And I was scared. Will I ever find somebody like he said, oh, my age? I'm getting up there. And now I have a child. Will I ever find happiness? Will I ever find somebody else to marry me? That's the misconception that I feel sometimes in our society. I don't care at this point if I never get married again. I don't care. Do you know what I care about? I care about being happy for Jamil. I care about being strong. I care about not walking on eggshells. I care about not knowing what state he's going to be in. And yes, you know what, I do want a man that works. That will help me with my financial burden. I'm not saying he has to be a millionaire, a billionaire, but somebody that can help. Or at least not put me in more debt.
Have you been like abusive or something? Have you been lucky?
No. No. And I'll never play that victim card of, you know, it's an abusive, physically abusive relationship, but it was a mentally abusive relationship. Because from every day, all I hear from TJ is, I made you. You're nothing without me. I'm the one that created you. I took you from nothing. You didn't find me in a dustbin.
So you used to say that?
I look at your old pictures when I met you. Look
Wow.
at you now.
So, you guys international wedding, introduction, registry, white wedding. So are you
Yes.
saying that the marriage is
It's over.
finally over?
Yes. It's been over for a while. And I've covered up for a while. I think what happened was God sent.
I thought you guys never crying goodbye.
I think what happened was God sent because He made it easier for me to walk away. Because of what He did on social media. He made it easy in the sense that he got so many people angry. He pulled so many innocent names into this. He dragged many people plus his own family that if I was to even consider that I wanted to get back and work it out, there's so many people that will look at me and say, this thing happens again, you can't come and cry to us. So he's made it easy for me to finally
Walk out.
walk away.
But I want to you already have a son with TJ right now. So parenting, how will it,
I'll never stop him from seeing Janelle, never. Never. Even today when everything happened, a lot of people were in the house and Janelle's still saying, Dad, 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 Dad. And I'm saying it with him as well. That's his first word. But the only thing I want to promise myself is to bring him up to be a good man.
so all in all, how is this, in summary, your journey with TJ was just,
Even till now, I don't wish anything bad on him. Because even when he was abusing me and saying all the things he was saying on Instagram, first I was still just concerned about, and I still am till now. In fact, as we're doing this interview, I'm worried that he might see this interview and it might trigger something else and make him really go and do something bad. I'm worried. I don't want my son to grow up and hear, God forbid, that your father committed suicide. I don't wish that. And tonight I'm still going to pray for him.
Yeah, but he had mental.
He must have, because, he was getting help at one point, when the whole cocaine thing came out and he said he needed help. And you see, the funny thing is all of this stuff that's coming out on social media now is what has been happening for a long time.
Wow.
He needs help, and we get him help. He goes to see a counselor or a doctor or a pastor, and he uses his own hands to ruin things again. If I didn't care about him or his well-being, I won't be covering up for a lot of things. I won't be going around trying to find help for him, even now. Even now, with everything he's done, I still want to find a way to help him out of his debt, because I feel like at least if he's out of this situation, then he can begin to heal and move forward. I just want to say this. If there's anything that maybe I've overlooked to Tunji, I am sorry. I am absolutely sorry. If there's anything on my part that I've done, maybe I've not made you feel like a man, maybe I haven't loved you enough, maybe I've neglected some things that I can't think of. Tunji, I'm sorry, because you know I tried everything, I love you so much, and I'm sorry. I never wanted to divorce, I never wanted to come to this, and I'm just really sorry, and I want him to get better. And I'm not saying this for the camera, but I'll always pray for him.
Wow, that is the end of this wonderful interview. You've heard it all from Tiwa Savage, one of Nigeria's foremost female artists. We hope more reaction will come on this, and thanks for watching.